Welcome to Chapter 6, Indicator Variables in Multiple Linear Regression. In this chapter, students will be able to 1. Incorporate qualitative predictors into a multiple linear regression model. 2. Evaluate and validate a multiple linear regression model that includes the qualitative predictors. 3. Use statistical software, namely SPSS, to run the multiple linear regression with indicator variables. First, understanding the qualitative predictors or indicator variables. Qualitative as well as quantitative predictor variables can be used in regression analysis. Many predictor variables in business, economics, and social and biological sciences are qualitative. Besides, a qualitative predictor with two classes is a variable that can take on one of two distinct values, such as male or female, yes or no, or treatment or control. These classes represent distinct categories that cannot be ordered numerically. Besides, students have to know on how to interpret those predictors that represent the change in the dependent variable. The coefficient for a qualitative predictor with two classes represents the difference in the expected value of the dependent variable between the two classes, holding all other variables constant. The dummy coding for qualitative predictors can be based on binary form. Dummy coding is a technique used to represent qualitative predictors in multiple linear regression models. This is the example of dummy coding that involved two classes. For a qualitative predictor with more than two classes, multiple dummy variables are needed to represent all the categories. The number of dummy variables created is always one less than the number of classes. Those are the examples of variable with more than two classes. Additionally, when a qualitative predictor has more than two classes, the interpretation of the coefficients is similar to the two-class case, with each coefficient representing the difference in the expected value of the dependent variable between the corresponding class and the reference class, holding all other variables constant. One of the classes will be chosen as the reference, while other classes having the coefficient represents the difference in the expected value of the dependent variable between that class and the reference class. Second, the practical application with two classes of predictor can be seen as in the example 1. The study involved the innovation in the insurance industry with the speed at which a particular insurance innovation is adopted, represent the Y, the size of the insurance firm, represent X1, and the type of firm, stock and mutual firm, represents the qualitative predictor with two classes. The interpretations, dataset, output from the SPSS, and the solutions are as shown. Third, the practical application with more than two classes of predictors also needs to be explored. If a qualitative predictor variable has more than two classes, we require additional indicator variables in the regression model. As from the tool models, there are 4 models where Model 4, M4, has been assigned as the reference class, while M1, M2, and M3 represent X2, X3, and X4 in the MLR respectively. Lastly, the application with more than two classes of predictors can be seen in the example 2. An economist is analyzing the income of professionals, physicians, dentists, and lawyers, and the overall general model is as shown. The output from SPSS, the solutions with examples of questions and hypothesis testing procedure, have been shown as follows.